Hello. Hi everyone, good morning. Just sitting here going through some of your comments, and someone commented that Camo Dave has passed away. And thank you for sharing that, by the way, because if you hadn't shared that comment, I would not have known about this probably until it registered in my mind that I hadn't seen a video from him in a while, because he released like every day, multiple times a day, many times. So I went and looked after I saw that comment, and I guess he did pass away from a heart attack. Now I've had some conversations with him. He did cover our channel here on his, going back a while. And I thanked him for covering my channel. I know some people didn't like his coverage of their channels, and for whatever reason, I don't know, but he always talked pretty favorably about Lefty, and I think he really liked Lefty, and that's why he covered the channel. But so it's really, this is one of those things that's so far out left field, comes out of, not expecting it. Anyone that's lost someone knows how this is. And I'm not like super close to him, but I did have a friendly relationship with him. And I actually emailed with him just several weeks ago. He had taken the trip, and he went down across the border into Mexico. And I emailed him asking about, were there any restrictions or anything having to do with, did you need to have the vaccine to come back into the US? And so we had a conversation about that, 3 or 4 weeks ago, or maybe a little longer, I'm not sure. But so anyways, so just really, it's just one of those situations where the person is there and then they're not there. I mean, seeing his videos, watching them, not every time, but sometimes, and seeing videos where he talked about Lefty and I was, pretty interesting, because there's nobody else out there that was talking about David and Lefty, driving around in an ambulance, except for him, for Dave. And I had thanked him in the past and sent him some stickers, and thanked him for covering the channel. And my daughter got a kick out of it, like, that a YouTube channel was covering her dad's YouTube channel. So I thank Dave for that, for letting my daughter get a jazz out of that. And so who's going to pick up the slack in the segment that Dave covered? Who's going to start talking about nomad YouTube channels? And I know there are some others. And so this is a time when one of those channels is going to have to step up their game, and daily coverage, live streams. He put a lot of work in, and I appreciated that I know he was putting in a lot of work to be able to post that many videos, live streams, all of the communications that he had all his folks out there in the world that would send him info, so he had a good little network of people. So he was putting in a lot of work, and I appreciated that, because I can understand what it takes to do that much YouTube work. So I liked that so I was respectful of the fact that he was putting in that much work to earn his living basically off of YouTube. So sad to hear that he's gone. The first thing I think of is, he's a little bit older than I am. So one of the first things I thought of was, that can happen to any of us, men and women. You get into I guess any age it can happen. Happens more often as you get into your 50s and 60s, that the unexpected heart attack. And, there's heart attacks that happen that are very mild. And then there's heart attacks, if that's in fact it's what they're saying caused his death. But there's heart attacks that are very serious. So I start thinking about myself, and making sure that I have systems in place that if something, God forbid, were to happen to me, that he gets taken care of, and that there's a system and some steps to follow that would let Lefty get back to New York, to my daughter or to mom, to be taken care of. And I don't even like to think about that stuff. That's something that's really, it's in my mind living out here, not in the forefront, but it is a thought that I have about that if that were to happen, you know, what would happen immediately right afterwards. You know, I've got all my gear out here, my bike, my truck, you know, it's just a lot of things that would need to happen. And so I think, just to dovetail off of what, you know, Dave's occurrence here, I'm gonna get myself better set up and have a better system, and share some info with mom and with my daughter, that if things were to happen to where I wouldn't be able to get all my gear and stuff situated, that they would be able to get out here and get it taken care of. And it's not something I really want to think about. So, Camo Dave, sorry to hear you're gone. So really, so just a real shocker to hear that he's gone. Again, I'm not super close to the guy, but I did know him. And so there's a certain, you know how it is, there's a hole, right? There's a missing piece now. So now, you know, I would see his videos in my YouTube feed, and those are going to be gone now. They're not going to be there anymore. And, you know, so a part of me will miss that. It's not serious, but there's a hole there that that's going to occur now because he's not there anymore. So it's sad to hear. I really thanked him before for covering my channel in the early days and continuing on, and so I've always been appreciative of that. And I know that some of you that are on the channel have came to my channel after watching a Camo Dave video, and so I wouldn't have some of you folks with us here if it weren't for him. And so I'm obviously really appreciative of that, and I am glad that I had expressed that to him, that I had thanked him before for promoting my channel, talking about my channel for people. And I told him that I've seen comments from folks that had come to my channel from his recommendation, and I had thanked him for that, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad, because I can't do it now, and I'm glad that I did express that to him, and that I was thankful.
Yeah, so we're just catching up on some of these channels. Campulance Man, nice video here from him. Him and Lefty are just kind of hanging out there, and yeah. Anyway, enjoying. He's giving away a joying stereo there, so I didn't win with that. Then again, Element Van Life Nate, he is busy traveling up the east coast of Florida.
So Camo Dave, here's to you from the, as he called it, the bottom of YouTube. Here's to you, brother. Sweet dreams.